Hello friends, let us now learn some important points about degradation of methionine and homocysteine. So, first, methionine gets converted to homocysteine through a series of reactions which we have already seen here. Okay, methionine gets converted to homocysteine through series of reactions like this. Methionine gets converted to first S-adenosyl methionine in the presence of methionine adenyl transferase with the help of ATP, whereas this S-adenosyl methionine gets converted to S-adenosyl homocysteine in the presence of methyl transferase, and this S-adenosyl homocysteine removes the adenosyl group and it forms homocysteine. So methionine gets converted to homocysteine by a series of reactions. Now, this methionine now gets converted to homocysteine. Now this homocysteine, in the presence of cysteine beta synthase, it forms cysteine. This cysteine, in the presence of the enzyme cysteionase, it forms cysteine and homoserine. This homoserine will be degraded to propionyl CoA, whereas this cysteine will combine with alpha ketobutyrate and it forms succinyl CoA. It combines with alpha ketobutyrate and it forms succinyl CoA. So if you see this homocysteine in the presence of the enzyme cysteine beta synthase, it forms cysteine, and this cysteine beta synthase requires vitamin B6. This cysteine, in the presence of cysteionase, it forms cysteine and homocysteine. Even this requires vitamin B6. This cysteine combines with alpha ketobutyrate and it forms succinyl CoA, whereas homoserine will form propionyl CoA. This is the degradation process of methionine and homocysteine, and also formation of cysteine occurs. Homocysteine will also get converted to methionine by methyl transferase. Right? Now, there is a disorder which is called as homocysteinuria. We have a disorder called as homocysteinuria. This homocysteinuria occurs when there is deficiency of this cysteine beta synthase. Deficiency results in this homocysteinuria. Actually, classic homocysteinuria or type 1 or typical homocysteinuria occurs due to the deficiency of cysteine beta synthase, and here vitamin B6 is a cofactor. And whenever there is classic homocysteinuria or typical homocysteinuria due to the deficiency of cysteine beta synthase deficiency, this homocysteine cannot be converted to cysteine. So there is increased homocysteine and also there is increased methionine is noted in this homocysteinuria type 1, and cysteine cannot be formed in this reaction. So here cysteine becomes essential in this case. And what happens if there is increased homocysteine? This increased homocysteine, actually it will irritate the endothelium of blood vessels and thus results in atherosclerosis and increases stroke like symptoms and manifestation. It also causes pulmonary embolism and MI, and it has CNS symptoms like we have developmental delays, seizures, psychosis, psychiatric problems, dystonia, mental retardation. All these occurs by the age of 3 to 4 years of age. And in the eyes, you can see downward dislocation of lens is seen and this is called ectopia lentis is also seen in these patients. There is history of marfanoid habitus is noted in the patients with homocystinuria. Then we can also see osteoporosis. Marfanoid feature includes tall stature, scoliosis, pectus excavatum, and arachnodactyly are seen in the patients with homocystinuria. Then, if you diagnose homocystinuria, diagnosis is by quantitative plasma amino acid analysis. We can do quantitative plasma amino acid analysis. In this quantitative plasma amino acid analysis, you will see presence of increased methionine and increased homocysteine levels are detected, and there is absence of cysteine levels are seen on diagnosis. Then, how are you going to confirm the diagnosis? The confirmation of diagnosis, to confirm the diagnosis, we should do cysteine beta synthase enzyme. Actually, this is absent. So, these cysteine beta synthase enzyme activity should be found by liver biopsy or by fibroblasts, or by taking biopsy of fibroblasts or liver biopsy. You should find out this enzyme activity. If this enzyme activity is decreased, then obviously there is homocystinuria. You can also do molecular testing of this gene can also be done. Molecular testing of CBS gene, which is cysteine beta synthase gene, can also be done for this homocystinuria. And here you can also do cyanide nitroprusside test can also be done, and this shows positive in homocystinuria. Right? Then how are you going to treat it? It's simple. Here, this classical homocystinuria, the main problem is due to increased methionine and increased homocysteine. So this methionine and homocysteine, especially the methionine levels, should be decreased in diet. This is the only treatment available for classical or type 1 homocystinuria. Then, if there is classical or type 1 homocystinuria, then there should be definitely type 2 or non-classical homocystinuria. This type 2 or non-classical homocystinuria, here the defect is mainly present in the conversion of this homocysteine to methionine. That is, this cycle, if there is defective, that will cause non-classical homocystinuria. That is, whenever there is defect in conversion of homocysteine to methionine, then it causes non-classical homocystinuria or type 2 homocystinuria. Whenever there is problem in conversion of homocysteine to methionine, methionine levels will decrease and homocysteine levels will increase. And this increased homocysteine level, the forward reaction occurs, and this cysteine is non-essential in these cases, as cysteine formation normally occurs in the cases of non-classical homocystinuria. So if you see the main differences between classical homocystinuria and non-classical homocystinuria, in classical homocystinuria, it occurs due to the deficiency of cysteine beta synthase deficiency, and as a result, you see increased homocysteine and increased methionine levels. Whereas in non-classical homocystinuria, because of the defect in conversion of homocysteine to methionine, homocysteine levels are found to be increased, but methionine levels are found to be decreased in non-classical or type 2 homocystinuria. And because the homocysteine levels are increased in non-classical homocystinuria, the cysteine amino acid becomes non-essential. Whereas in classical homocystinuria, because the homocysteine levels are increased and this cysteine beta synthase is deficient, so there is no chance of forward reaction. So as a result, the cysteine level is decreased in classical or type 1 or typical homocystinuria. So cysteine becomes essential in classical homocystinuria. Right. Then I said there is a problem. If you see in non-classical homocystinuria, the main defect occurs due to the problem in conversion of homocysteine to methionine. Then what is the pinpoint defect? So if you see here, the problem here is in conversion of this homocysteine to methionine, this cycle. Now what might be the defect? The defect can be due to in the synthesis of methylcobalamin. The defect can be in methylcobalamin synthase, or the defect can be in tetrahydrofolate reductase. That means for this process to occur, for this cycle for this conversion of homocysteine to methionine, we require vitamin B12 and also folic acid. Right? If there is deficiency of vitamin B12, then there is no chance of conversion of homocysteine to methionine, because vitamin B12 or cobalamin is the coenzyme which will provide methyl group for this reaction to occur. So this can cause non-classical homocystinuria. Similarly, if there is folic acid deficiency, even then there is no chance of methylation of cobalamin. So even then this reaction does not occur. So if we see the non-classic homocystinuria can occur mainly because of two issues. One, it can be deficiency of vitamin B12 or deficiency of folic acid. In both these cases, there is no conversion of homocysteine to methionine. So in both these cases, the homocysteine levels will increase and methionine levels will decrease because of this problem, defect in this conversion. Then for the vitamin B12 issues, we will have to treat it with vitamin B12. Obviously, for folic acid, you will have to treat it with folic acid. So this is about the disorder homocystinuria. So thank you guys for homocystinuria. So thank you guys for watching my lecture. Thank you.